So I just wanted to share 3 very simple motor movements that we can do to get out of our head, to quiet that noise, and to experience what it feels like to be truly present. And I do sometimes get resistance from the idea of being present because a lot of people like to be in their own mind. They like to be lost in their thoughts. They would rather be in their own thoughts than listen to somebody boring talk or something like that. But the tricky thing is that many of us, because we are not practicing this skill of building the neural circuitry to be really present when we want to be, we end up not really having a choice whether we are or not. Something can kind of stress us out and we get lost in thought, or there's just times where we want to be more engaged and more present and notice more things, but we can't even do that because our mind is wandering. So to break that and to build up new neural circuitry to help us have the choice of being present or not, which is a really powerful choice to make, we can try these three motor movements. This is just an idea to help us build up some of that neural architecture. So these 3 motor movements, basically what I'm getting at with this is that when we do something that we don't normally do, it gets our brain to activate in a new way because it's seeing the world from a completely different perspective. So the first way to use a motor movement to build up the circuitry of being present and have our brain get awake and alert and engaged again is just, first of all, so we're going to do this for one block. So wherever you are walking, whether it's a block or however, 20 feet, something like that, if you can, just for, let's say, even 10, 15 seconds, change 3 particular motor movements that you do while you were walking. This can even be from going from one room to the next to get a glass of water, in your office, in your home, down the street, whatever it is. So the first adjustment of motor movement is slow down your pace. So just for these 10-15 seconds, slow down. Just doing that is something we don't do very consciously, especially when we're walking from one room to the next or just for short little bits. Just slowing down will make it so that the stimulus is entering your senses in a very different way than when we just do it really quickly. The second motor movement is to actually turn your head to the side. So we are normally looking somewhat straightforward or very often down because we're looking at our screens. Just by adjusting the motor movement of what our head is doing, it's getting a completely different kind of bombardment of senses based on the head movement, the perspective, and how the eyes are gazing. So just turn your head to the side for those 10-15 seconds as you're walking slow. The third motor movement is to adjust what your eyes are doing. So generally, we don't really notice how much movement happens in our eyes, but we can't see if our eyes are not moving. So they're always moving a little bit. So as you turn your head to the side, have it so that your eyes slow down and kind of look at one particular object and then another, maybe going a little bit up and down. So just notice what the motor movement of your eyes are doing. They are not still, they are always moving. So try and slow that motor movement down and have it gaze on something, have it land its gaze on something just for a few micro moments. Maybe it's a leaf, maybe it's the pattern on the wall, the texture of the paint, whatever that is. So try those 3 adjustments to your motor movements for 10-15 seconds from walking from one room to the next or down the block. Slow down your walking, turn your head to the side, and slow down or adjust the motor movement of your eyes. And let me know in the comments if you try that and see what you notice. When I have tried this exercise with other people, they have said that the room feels more expansive. They've noticed things that they have not noticed in 20 years of being in that room. So give that a try and let me know in the comments. Thanks.